Hello, hello! Yippee! Hi, everyone. Hello. Oh, I don't know what the energy was when I started, but here we are. Hello. Welcome to the 4th episode now of Moog's Book Talk. Me, Moog. I am Moog. I'm going to talk about some books and just yap for a bit. First of all, let me sort out the prediction. There we go. I am wearing my hat. Just felt like it. I insist every time. There is no rhyme or reason to it. I literally just decide like 5 minutes before the stream, is this going to be a hat day or is this not going to be a hat day? And it's a hat day. So yeah, I hope everyone is doing well. If this is the first time that you're here for an episode of Book Talk, it does work a little differently to my regular streams. There might be times where I'm a bit slower responding to chat simply because I don't want to lose my train of thought on things, and you know, when I'm on a tangent I want to finish it, you know. But generally it's not that different. It should be fine. Also, a lot of my point rewards that are normally on are off, such as model changes and sound effects, and also the alerts will be silent. I'll still acknowledge the alerts, things like, see, like subscribers and raids and stuff. It's just, again, if I'm in the middle of like a tangent, I will wait until I finish that and then do it. Just in case, you know, I'm responding a bit late to something. I promise you're not being ignored. It's just, you know, it's the 4th episode now. I'm still kind of figuring out the format, but we are gradually getting there. Before we properly get into it though, this is actually the first stream of the week where it's just me, and I'm, you know, able to talk to you all a bit. So I'm going to give you some general updates on things. So we had the collab on Monday, the Dead by Daylight collab, which was very fun. Very good time, very good banter. If you missed it, don't you worry. It, you know, you can watch the VOD. It's fine. One thing you can also watch. Oh God, there we go. Let me put this on. Is my monthly highlights video for the month of September is out now, and I'm gonna just quickly put a pinned message in both chats. So I hope you don't mind. New highlights video is out. Yippee! So yeah, obviously, you know, stay here and listen to Book Talk, listen to me yap. But feel free to watch the new highlights video on the YouTube channel when it's done, when it's all done. Let me just sort this out on the YouTube side. There we go. Whoops, I did not mean to do that. Oh, there we go. I'm definitely like good at tech stuff. Okay. So yeah, also what else? I did my last convention of the year last weekend. It was NorCon in Norwich. It's kind of the smaller-ish, local-ish one that I do, which, to be honest, my other 3 cons I've done this year were all cons I was doing for the first time, or like first time events, and where the scale was slightly bigger than what I was used to, whereas NorCon, smaller scale, and I'd already done it before, so I knew what to expect. It was a bit less scary in that regard. It was a bit scary in the sense that, like, my new stuff for my, in terms of like the merch that I make and whatever, I've started to niche down a little. And NorCon's audience is mostly quite normie. So I was a bit worried. But actually I did better this year a little bit than I did last year, which is very nice. Even though, you know, there is big normie presence, there are a lot of weebs still, which is very nice. A lot of VTuber fans, actually. And not just of like, you know, the big corpo VTubers like HoloLive and stuff. I sold like 5 of my Rin Penrose standees and I was really surprised. I was really surprised by that. But honestly, I can't keep those little things in stock. Oh my God, everyone keeps buying it. There are still some in stock. I need to do a new shop command, don't I? Now that my shop is active again, my online one. There are still some Rins left. Hopefully, you know, it stays that way for a while. I need to sort out some of the made to order big ones, actually. I need to get on that soon. Anyway, that leaves me onto a nice tangent, which is, I need to do another command about this too. I'm doing acrylic stand commissions now. Yay! It's something that a lot of people have asked about. I opened them yesterday, kind of on a whim. And I was like, okay, I'm only gonna have a few slots because I haven't really done commissions proper like this before, and I really don't want to overwhelm myself. So I was like, I'll just open a few. They'll probably last a while. They all went in like half an hour, and I'm like, huh? But if you did miss out on that, it is available on my VGen page. If you go on my Twitter, that all the information is on there. There is a wait list. So as soon as slots open up again, I'll be opening slots like as soon as I can. I just want to get a good head start on the ones that, you know, have already been commissioned. And then once the gears are going, I'll open some more slots. And then hopefully, you know, all is good. I am currently saving up to upgrade my iPad to make art stuff a little bit easier. So yeah, it's gonna go towards that. So that's very nice. Yippee! Hydrate. Hello. Hello. I'm gonna hydrate there with everyone. Ah! Yes. What else? What else is on my agenda of updates? Oh yes. I've brought this up a couple of times. But the last kind of update before we get into the book stuff is I am not going to be doing any streams next week. I've got a week off next week because I'm going on a trip. I've said a little bit about it, but I'll talk about it in more detail now because I don't really mind now. I am going to the US for a little bit. Me and Mama Moog saved up. And we're going to New York for like just under a week. So that's cool. I'm excited. I'm also very nervous. It's our first time going abroad together since before COVID. Seribot, yes, I love you. Yeah, it's our first time going abroad together since before COVID. It's Mama Moog's first time in general traveling abroad since before COVID. I've done it once. It was when I went to Sweden, which was, oh God, was that 1 year ago or 2? I can't remember. My first stream back, the week after, I'm going to be yapping all about the trip. Maybe like showing some pictures and things. Also, it probably will also be like an art stream, so it might just be like an art and yap because I'll probably really want to get to work on the commission. So, and it helps me sit and focus and work. Yeah, I'm so excited. Yippee! Especially because Miniso over there has like a big Chikawa collection now, and like, if I don't know, there was like a pop-up store in New York. It's not there anymore now because it's moved to like LA. But apparently the regular Miniso in Times Square still has Chikawa stuff. So I'm like, I hope they have a lot so I can buy it all, you know? I've been really good with my merch buying habits these past few weeks because I just know I am gonna go insane. Like, I'm actually gonna go insane. I'm not gonna do like a hand cam haul probably. Yeah, probably not. just because the hand cam stuff isn't super easy for me to set up. But I'll probably take pictures and stuff, and I'll talk all about it on my first stream back. So yeah, if anyone came in during the end of that, no streams next week because I am going to New York with Mama Moog. Woohoo! I'll be tweeting stuff as well. I'm sure there'll be plenty of tweets while I'm there. So yes, please look forward to that. Also, there will still be daily shorts / TikToks. Hopefully, I can't guarantee it because I haven't actually made them, but I'm going to be making them all tomorrow. So hopefully it will be fine. I was also going to have like another proper video prepared. I don't think that's going to happen now because the highlights video took a little bit longer than expected. So if you're really desperate for Moog content, you know, watch the new highlights video while I'm gone. Watch some of my old stuff, my old highlight videos, you know? Watch some of my old things. Watch my shorts, watch my TikToks, you know? Watch all my YouTube videos so my watch hours go up. We are really trying to get the watch hours up because we want to like unlock memberships and super chats and stuff on YouTube. So, you know, if you wanna, feel free to do so. Yay! All right, that's, I believe, guess what, guys? I'm so prepared that I actually have notes for this one. My other episodes have just been like me winging it. I'm actually somewhat prepared. I mean, they're very loose notes. It's pretty much bullet points, but you know, it's something. Yeah, if you don't know where to start, I highly recommend watching my Resident Evil VODs. They're all in playlists on the channel, and they're in order, I think. And yeah, those are a great time. Highly recommend. Yeah, have you been starting from the beginning, Cubic, or have you been like watching a particular game? I'm intrigued. Speaking of Resident Evil, we are playing Resident Evil 5 again tomorrow. We are attempting, oh man, it was a time last week. We're starting fresh. It's a new page. We're turning a new page. It'll be great. Ton of suggestions for Moog shorts. Yay, I'm glad. Yippee. From one. Oh man, that was such a long time ago too. Oh my God. I've changed so much as a streamer since then. Oh my God. I should go back and watch those sometime. Because I am going to make highlight videos of Resident Evil 2 onwards, and I keep saying I'm going to, and I am working on them. It just takes a while. But I literally cannot remember anything from the first game. I mean, I can remember the game, just not like my streams, you know? Anyway, this book talk, this doobie book talk, we're going to be chatting. As usual, though, you know, I know that not everyone that watches me is a reader. That is okay. Feel free to listen to me yap. You know, maybe my goal, you know, to a degree is to encourage reading, because as always, I think reading is a really good habit to have. So yeah. And also, you know, you can just listen to me talk. Everyone says that I have a nice voice, and that, you know, it's just nice to hear me talk, I guess. I don't know. I don't understand it, because personally, I don't know what I'm on about half the time. But I respect it and I appreciate it. So yeah, you know, we're going to be talking about a few different things. So, you know, you might find something you like. Maybe. I'm going to be doing the usual little segment first, which is just what I've been reading. What have I been reading? Let's have a look. So I'm going to get the screen up. We're going to roll out the telly. There we go. Yippee! It is my prepared in advance Goodreads page. Hooray! Hopefully it actually like is not like janky this time. Hopefully it's not scuffed. So I actually have books I can talk about here this time, because definitely for the last episode, I can't remember the episode before, I was in like the middle of a big reading slump and I hadn't really read anything. This time we have 2 books to talk about that I finished, and one that I started I think a few days ago, I can't remember, that we can talk about. We won't talk about much because I have only read a few chapters, but you know, it's fine. So let's go to this list, my read books. So yeah, for those who have not caught up on the Moog reading slump saga, I know very important stuff, very important lore. I read these two books here, Powerless and then Tender as the Flesh, back to back, and they were just kind of mid. And especially with Powerless, it was so long. Like Tender as the Flesh, I didn't really care that much because it wasn't very long. So, but like I was slogging through these books that I wasn't really enjoying, and it really put me in a big reading slump for a long time. I was like, oh God, are all the books gonna feel like this? I need some bangers. I need to find some bangers. And bangers we have found. So I talked about this book in a previous episode, but I did finally finish The Unbroken by C.L. Clarke. Let me get it open. Oh, this is the one page I didn't test the cropping on. It's fine. It'll work. Actually, no, let me extend it like a little bit. I'm trying to like not show too much of the screen. Maybe that'll work. Let me just test my... Here, that looks fine. Okay, yeah, that works, that works. This is just... You can tell I don't use this screen very often. So, this one, alternate cover edition. Ooh, they updated the cover? Oh no, it's the same. What do you mean? Oh, whatever. Anyway, this is a book I've talked about before because I started it in June and I finished it in September. Nothing to do with the quality of the book. Like, I enjoyed it and I found it easy to get into. It's just me. It's a me problem. Things just kept getting in the way. I've talked about it before. I've read... Oh my God, how many bots are we having today? I love Seribot. By the way, if you are a streamer, cannot recommend Seribot enough. I've only just recently started using it. It's incredible. Anyway. So we have, yes, this book. I do be talking about books. So The Unbroken, like I said, is one I've been reading on and off for a while, and I finally finished it. It is a fantasy book that came out in 2021. I believe it's a trilogy. Yeah. So there's 2 books out, and there'll be a 3rd book at some point. I haven't read the 2nd book, but I do own it, and I'm definitely going to carry on with the series because I really enjoyed this one. I love it. It is, yeah, it's a fantasy. A lot of its themes are about like colonialism and all that kind of stuff. And there's a lot of like politics going on. Also, it's sapphic, and you will see a common theme in the books I read that a lot of the ones I really like are sapphic. We do enjoy books about women who like other women. We do like those, even if they're not necessarily romance themed. Listen, we just enjoy it. We enjoy that here. One thing I really like about this one, and again, I think I've talked about this before, I love like controversial and like very obviously flawed female characters. Like I just love fiction in general that allows women to be messy. Because there's so many instances where it's like, you know, initially you get all these tropes of women being super feminine and like, you know, all that, and being kind of, you know, the damsel in distress types, you know, like, oh, okay. Or like, you know, perfect kind of Mary Sue types, right? And then it kind of flips towards having these like super strong, basically written like a man, I'm not like other girls types, right? Like, either way, they're just boring because they just don't have any flaws. And it's like the only flaws they do have are like, women. I hope I'm making sense. Like, so many, like, we go from like stereotypical damsel in distress types to like quote unquote strong female characters. And no matter what you do with it, it always feels so like flat and two-dimensional. This is why I'm like, I love when like, I just love when female characters can be controversial and can be flawed and can be messy, because in so many works of fiction, they just don't do that ever. And it sucks. And it's something you really don't notice until you start thinking about it. And they're like, no, they like in terms of like character motivations and the thing these characters do, it's so rare to like take risks. Because I think writers maybe really want to focus on making these characters likable. And it's like, I mean, I get it, but also just let them do messy things, all right? This is part of the reason why I love Fire Emblem Three Houses and I'm such an Edelgard stan. But yes, anyway, big reason why I love this book. When I read this, I was like, I don't know like where the rest of the series is gonna go from here. Like there are some kind of loose threads, I guess, but nothing big enough to be like, oh, the sequel's gonna be about this thing. So I don't know. Like things felt relatively concluded, and I don't know if that's because maybe this was originally only meant to be like a standalone, or like it wasn't certain whether or not there were going to be sequels. So I don't know where it's gonna go, but not in a way that's like, oh god, how are they gonna do this? It's more in a sense that I'm intrigued, you know? I'm intrigued. I probably won't read the second one straight away because I don't like to really devour a series. I do like to give it some time. I guess it depends though. So yeah, I'll read this, the rest of it at some point. I gave it 4 stars on Goodreads, but I use more specific ratings on Storygraph. So let me just check what I did for that. I really need to transfer all of those into like written review posts on Goodreads. Because on Goodreads, you can't do like half stars and stuff. Oh yeah, I gave it 4.5 stars on Storygraph, which yeah, fairly solid. I like this one a lot. I think the only reason it didn't get a higher rating is just because it took me so long to read. But it's not really the book's fault. I don't know. There were times where I'm not entirely sure I was following it, but that might be a skill issue. I don't know if that is necessarily the book's fault. I don't know. I really like this one. I mean, I don't necessarily think it would be for everyone, but if you look at this and you think it looks like your kind of thing, definitely recommend. I am so glad to be able to talk about books that I actually would recommend to people now, because like the past couple of books I've been reading are so mid and I'm like, but we're good. Anyway, now we talk about the second book. Wait, no, I didn't start this in June. I added it to my list in June. When did I start reading this? Hang on. It did take me several months. Oh, May. So it took even longer than I thought. Okay. This one also took me a while, but I don't think that was... Yeah, it took me a few weeks. I'm a slow reader, everyone. So this next one, A Dark and Drowning Tide, very recently finished. I look at these books, right, that have 3.8 ratings, and I'm like, am I missing something? Like, people don't like this. Why? But then also, I don't think Goodreads is really a good measure, because like there are some books have really high average ratings on Goodreads that I do not think are good. So each to their own, I suppose. Anyway, A Dark and Drowning Tide, I finished this very recently. It came out in the middle of September. I did have like a advanced review copy of it. Oh, did I write my review, by the way? Let me check. Oh yeah, I did. Wonderful. What was I gonna say? Yeah, I had like a review copy of it on my Kindle, but I only got around to reading it like right before the actual book came out. Oops. At least I managed to get a review out though. This is another fantasy book, but more kind of gothic, folklore-y, kind of like dark academia, that kind of fantasy. I really love this one. Again, it's sapphic. I think there is a lot more emphasis on the romance in this one than there is in The Unbroken. I wouldn't go as far as to call it a romance book. But yeah, the romance element is quite prominent. It's kind of I was gonna say it's kind of enemies to lovers, but I don't think it's necessarily enemies to lovers. It's definitely like academic rivals to lovers, and I really love the two main characters, and I really love their dynamic as well, and the way their relationship progressed. I thought that was really good. I really like the writing style. I really like the way it was written. It's great. It's got like a kind of murder mystery element to it. Again, there's like some like political intrigue going on in the setting. And yeah, this one I believe is a standalone. In fact, I'm almost certain it's a standalone. Look, by the way, look at these like gorgeous cover arts. Like this one here is the UK one and this one is the US one. And it is so rare for me to like think equally of both a US and a UK cover. Normally, one is clearly better than the other, right? Whereas I love both of these. In fact, when I go to America, I love this book so much that when I go to New York, I honestly might get a US copy as well because this cover is beautiful. I love it. Yeah, one of the things I'm definitely gonna do when I go to New York is go to like a big Barnes and Noble. Absolutely. I might try and document the experience. My first time in a Barnes and Noble. Yeah. I looked at a video of one in New York and it seemed pretty big, so exciting. Let's see. Is there any details I'm missing? I don't know. Yeah, it's kind of like dark academia, gothic, folklore, murder mystery with sapphic romance. Yippee! Let's go lesbians. Really love this one. I gave it 5 stars, and it is like an actual 5 stars as well, as you can see on my my review here. I need to go. Yeah, I do need to go through and do all that. But yeah, love this one. Honestly, might be my favorite book of the year so far. Potentially. I think this definitely like my favorite novel, and then my favorite manga I've read is The Summer Hikaru Died. So far, at least. Love this to bits. Again, if this sounds like your vibe, highly recommend. It's also not too long from what I remember. Does it say how many pages it is? Oh, it doesn't on the Kindle edition one. Let's check this one. Oh yeah, 368. So it's kind of average-y, I guess. But yeah, honestly, breeze through it. At least for me. I'm a slow reader, but like by my standards, I breezed through it. Oh, my model is lagging a bit, I think. Oh, maybe I should check that. 1 second, everyone. 1 moment, please. Oh no, I think we're good. Anyway, yeah. I love this one. I love it to bits. I believe the author, Alison Saft? I don't know how to say it. Has written a few other things. Yeah, there's a lot of like fantasy, like romancy things here. I think all the others are straight ships though. I think they're all straight. But I'm pretty sure I've got nothing against that, by the way. I believe she said on Instagram that her next book is going to be sapphic again though, which is very exciting. So yeah, I've seen these 2 books here before, Far Wilder Magic and Fragile Enchantment. I might have to give those a go because I didn't really plan on reading them because like they seem a bit romancy for me. But honestly, I really enjoyed Dark and Drowning Tides. I think I might have to give them a go, perhaps. Maybe if I see them on the old 99p Kindle deals. In fact, I think I have one of them already through that. I can't remember. Anyway, also, I have been delving into a little bit of sci-fi the past few days. I have started Red Rising by Pierce Brown. This one is quite a like highly regarded dystopian sci-fi thing. I'm trying to delve more into sci-fi, and this is one that I just happen to own. I'm only a few chapters in, so it is really, really early on. So I can't really say that much about it. But I mean, I cannot lie, it is taking me a while to get into it. I do wonder though if that is because I'm obviously not used to sci-fi. I'm not used to sci-fi, so maybe it's out of my comfort zone a little bit. And I don't know, there's just something about it. I'm like, I'm not sure about this yet. But obviously it's only been a few chapters. I'm not going to drop it after a few chapters. I only do that if I really don't like something in the first few chapters. Like I did with Throne of Glass. I DNF'd Throne of Glass after one chapter because I just immediately knew the main character was going to annoy me. And I was like, I'm good. But yeah, I've read, I think 3 chapters of this. And yeah, I don't know. I really don't. I don't know what to think of it yet. Again, it has been very highly regarded. It is quite a long series though. Let me check. Oh, good God. Yeah, there's like 7 books. But there's 6 out now, but there's going to be 7. Oh, do I really want to commit to that? Oh, 7. 7. That's a lot. Hi, Patch. Hello. It's honestly, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I want to try more sci-fi, so I'm trying to get myself out of the comfort zone a little bit, and we will see how it goes. Hopefully, by the next time I do a book talk, hopefully, I'll have finished it and I can say something about it. You know, I can yap a little bit more than just me going, me reading this. Yes. Anyway, as usual. Oh, I haven't linked my Goodreads anywhere, have I? I need to do that. I need to do a lot of admin, I think. When I'm recovering from jet lag, when I'm back from my trip, I'll do a bunch of stream admin. But yeah, I do have Goodreads and Storygraph. If people want to like follow me on there, I post all my book-related stuff on there. Also, completely random thing. I probably should have started the book-related yapping with this. You may have noticed, people on the Twitch gang, that there's a like writing and reading category on Twitch now, which is really interesting. I've decided to put the book talk stuff on there and give it a try. Obviously, normally it's under talk shows and podcasts, but I thought this is a much more specific category. So although it's a bit more niche, because it's obviously a brand new category, so I don't know what's going to be on there, I thought I'd give it a go. And actually, it having a more specific space I really like, especially because one type of stream I really want to do, and I think I'm going to try and implement them once I'm back from New York, is like read-along streams. Not in the sense that it's like me reading out a book, because like I'm not going to do that. Even if there wasn't copyright issues, I would not do that. I don't want to do that. It's kind of like a co-working stream, but with a more specific focus, being like, you know, let's pick a book of our choice. You know, I pick a book that I want to read, you pick a book that you want to read, and we read for like, I don't know, like 20 minutes or so, and then we have a little chatting break, and then, you know, it repeats. A bit like that. Obviously, you know, for those of you that don't necessarily read, but still want to watch the streams, feel free to do like regular co-working stuff if you still want to participate. But, you know, I highly encourage picking up a book, giving it a try, because you never know, you might really enjoy it. You never know. That's the thing. So I'm going to try and do those. I might try and do them because I don't know where to fit it if I do like an evening slot. I might do one in like the afternoons. I don't know. We'll see. They're gonna, I think they might not be like a scheduled thing, but I'm not sure. It's just hard to like fit them in, you know? Maybe I do start doing 4-day stream weeks, and then like on weeks where I don't have collabs or anything extra, we just do like a little read along stream. I don't know. I'll figure it out. But yeah, it's something I've wanted to do for a long time. And initially, my plan was for them to be YouTube only, because I didn't really know if there was a place for something like that on Twitch. I didn't really know where I'd put it. I mean, it could just be a just chatting stream, but it didn't really feel right to me. But now there is a specific writing and reading category. Like, it's an idea that I've had for a really long time, and I feel like that's something that's really motivated me to finally get on with it and do it, you know? Yeah. I don't know if people are going to be into it, but it's something I want to try. Mainly because, you know, it will get me reading a bit more actively, because I do fall behind a bit sometimes, and I do want to do more book content other than book talk. So yeah, we'll see. I'll give it a try. You know, I'm always willing to give things at least one try, you know. I've been yapping a lot. I'm gonna hydrate real quick. Ugh. I do just like experimenting with different stream ideas sometimes, you know? Because you can spend so long thinking, oh, is this gonna work? Are people gonna like this? The only real way you're gonna know is if you just try it, you know? Why not? Delulu is the Salulu. Anyway, right, let me check my thing. Oh yeah, here's what we're gonna talk about for a bit, right? It's October. Oh, I was gonna put Halloween decorations up on the thing. I'll do that for next time. It's fine. It's spooky month. I love Halloween. I love horror, as you know. I obviously like a lot of horror movies and horror games and stuff like that. Haven't really gotten that into horror books though. And like thrillers and stuff, right? It's something I really want to try. So I don't know if I'm like necessarily going to exclusively read horror books and thriller books this month, but I'm definitely going to try some. There's a few that I've had my eye on for a while that I'm very intrigued by. So maybe we'll give some a go. There's a couple of specific things related to this I'm going to talk about. One book that I'm really interested in that I'm going to bring up here for you and we're going to discuss for a little bit, just because I want to yap, is this book, Let's Split Up, by Bill Wood, that literally came out like last week. This is a book that I have had on my radar. Okay, we might be back. I'm so sorry. I don't know what happened there. OBS literally was just like, no. Okay, we're back. Yeah, okay. Let me just check everything on my screen before I carry on. Oh, this is the beauty of doing these things live. I literally could just make YouTube videos about this stuff, couldn't I? Anyway, I don't know when the stream died. I don't know what I was talking about. Hang on. We are back, aren't we? Okay. I don't know what I was talking about. Also, oh my God, why is disconnect protection not working on Twitch for me? I don't understand it, because now there's going to be an ad break. No. I just introduced the book. Right, okay, that's good. I'm probably going to have to do an ad break now, aren't I? Oh, no. That's a third bot. Are you kidding me? Are you actually joking? Terrible, terrible. Yeah, I don't know why Twitch disconnect protection just isn't working. It really sucks. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do, right? I am gonna do the ad break just to get it out of the way. But I won't carry on my tangent on this book. I'll basically restart it once everyone is back. So on the Twitch gang, on the Twitch side of things, non-subs, non-turbo users, you're going to get 3 minutes of ads. I promise. We're just going to be yapping. You're not going to miss any like big book talk, okay? I feel so bad. Honestly. Hang on. There we go. I feel so bad because like, I don't know, because normally when I'm playing a game, right, I can just pause the game, or if I'm playing an online game, like do the ads in between lobbies. I still don't know how to navigate doing the breaks on Book Talk because there's no like obvious cutoff, because obviously I have to do these ad breaks and I have to do them at specific times. But I want to be able to make sure that people that have to watch the ads don't actually miss anything. But, you know, if I just yap about whatever, listen, a minute has already gone by nearly. So honestly, I feel like it goes quicker than one would think. I really don't know what happens with the disconnect. I really don't. I think OBS just said no because my internet itself seems to be fine as far as I'm aware. It's so annoying though that the Twitch disconnect protection doesn't work. I wonder if it's because I'm using Restream. Surely not though. I'm pretty sure I've had it work whilst being on Restream. I don't know. I'm gonna have to look into it because that's really annoying if it's just not gonna work anymore. I don't know. Oh well, what can you do? What can you do? I really don't know anymore. I really don't. I guess I can give, because like people that weren't in ads would have seen this anyway. I will give a quick little recap on what I was already talking about, which was obviously it's October, it's spooky month. And if you've been in a Moog stream for longer than like 5 minutes, you'll know I do love me a bit of horror. I love horror movies, I love horror games, but I haven't really read horror books that much. I've read a few, but not really that many. It's not really something I've properly delved into yet. Like horror, thrillers, you know, generally that kind of stuff. But it's something I want to try. And I don't think I'll exclusively read those this month because there are some things I want to read, but I'm going to try 1 or 2 maybe. We'll see. We'll see how many books I actually end up reading this month. And then it would depend. Because if I was one of those people that read like a bajillion books in 1 month, then yeah, I would try and read some thrillers and horrors and then some of my regular stuff. But I at best read like 2 or 3. I don't know. I really don't. I wish I read more, but it's just, I don't know. It's just a lot going on at the moment. All right. Okay, everyone that was in ads on Twitch should be back now. So yeah, you did not miss anything. I pretty much just recapped what we talked about so far before the stream died. But yeah, thank you so much for your patience. Welcome back. I appreciate it very much. Anyway, so this is a book that literally just came out. It's called Let's Split Up by Bill Wood. And yeah, it literally just came out. It's a young adult horror thriller. It's described as like in the marketing or whatever, because every book has to be like, this meets this. It's described as like Scooby-Doo meets Scream. And like, it sounds very fun. Also, the author is a TikTok creator. You know, BookTok, the book side of TikTok. If you don't know the lingo. I knew about this book pretty much ever since it got announced because I've followed Bill on TikTok. We're not on a first name basis. It's, you know, his username's Bill Reads. It's fine. I followed him and watched his videos for a couple of years. Great vibes, very positive energy, very funny. Talking about various books and like other different things. And from what I gather, he's wanted to write this book for like ever. It's been like his baby, his dream project. And you know, it's finally happened, and it's been traditionally published. So I mean, I know people say a lot of mixed things about BookTok and what it's kind of done to reading, and I understand. I do, but there are good things about it as well. And I think, you know, from what I gather, the publishing industry is super hard to get into. It's really hard to be like traditionally published, and there's a few BookTok creators that I really like watching that have managed to, you know, use their platform to get these books out that they've dreamed of and have been working on for years. So, you know, I think it is a good thing. You know, it's, oh my God, do you remember when like YouTubers did books? Do you remember that? Oh, I remember going into like my local Waterstones back in the day and seeing like YouTuber book section. It's not quite like that. No, these are like actual, I was gonna say actual authors, but there are some in the YouTuber space as well. But like, you know what I mean? It's not just a YouTuber going, oh, I'll make a book. You know, it's people that have wanted to make books anyway. Were any of them ever good? I don't think I even read any, to be fair. The only like book series by a YouTuber that I read was the Rosewood Chronicles by Connie Glynn, and that I like that series a lot. That one's fun. I think it's better when it's like a completely separate like work of fiction as opposed to like them doing a book that's related to their content and themselves. I don't know. Like if people actually have a story in mind, I think it's a bit different. I don't know. It's hard to say. Thank you, Pixie. I love you. Anyway, this one looks so fun. It has sold out like everywhere. I bought like a special version with sprayed edges and stuff. And apparently it sold out not long after I got it. And then like even all the like big chain bookshops had like completely sold out of this book. And as someone that used to work in one of those, that is not something that is easy to do. Unless I guess they didn't print a lot, but like it got to the point where like the warehouses had ran out and like your book has to be pretty popular to do that. For it to do that like immediately. So I think they're like reprinting it really quick and stuff. You know, which I think it is great, right? I say this like I know the guy. I don't. But you know, when you've followed and watched someone's content for a few years and really enjoyed it, it's just really nice to see like a project that comes from someone like that do well, you know? I don't know. It's like, yeah, good for him, because he was really passionate about this book and it's been like his dream project. So I'm like, yeah, hell yeah, I'm pumped to read this. I think it's like a murder mystery and a spooky style thing. I am probably gonna bring this with me for the New York trip. I think I'm gonna bring one physical book and then just like bring my Kindle also, and we'll see what I'm in the mood for. That's the beauty of having a Kindle, is that like when you're taking it away, you don't have to think, oh, I only have space in my case or my bag for this many books. Just bring a Kindle, it's got loads of books on there. But I do really want to read this, so I may bring this also. Yeah, 339 pages. Ooh, that's a good length of book. Yep. Not too long, not too short. Love that. I feel like the 300, 350 mark is quite a good sweet spot for me, because I don't like reading really long books. But I also don't like when books are too short. Like they don't have enough time to really get into it. You know? I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. Oh, I've got hiccups. No. Don't give me hiccups during my heavily talk-based stream. Please. Please. No. Okay, I think we're good. Maybe it was just a one-off, because I'm not hiccuping again. I'm gonna have a drink real quick. All right. So we're gonna carry on, right? This was a topic that literally came up as I was setting up stream, and I was like, oh, this fits the theme of what I want to talk about today. Let's go through this. So obviously, again, spooky season. I want to talk about that. Talk about like horror books, thriller books, all that malarkey. I went onto Goodreads to set up my screen sharing thing, you know, to show off my profile at the start like I always do. And then I saw a thing at the top that says, Chills and Thrills, discover readers' 78 top horror novels of the past 5 years. So it's like a list of horror books. Listen, last time we went through a book list like this on Book Talk, it went very badly because it was just a bit rubbish, right? But I have a good feeling about this one. It's not going to be for the whole stream, it's just a segment of the stream. I would be very surprised if I've read anything on this list. But we're gonna go through. Like I said, I want to read some more horror books and thriller books. This might give me some ideas. I'm sure there'll be ones that I've heard of. And we're gonna have a look see. Yeah. Because I like spooky stuff. Oh yeah, here's an important thing, just in case anyone does recommend anything to me. I'm not particularly interested in reading any Stephen King. I'm just not. I just don't really care. And like, listen, I feel like every time I talk about why I don't like a specific author's work, people get mad at me, so I'm not gonna go into it. Oh my god, when I used to work in a big bookshop, I discovered the Stephen King like official fan club or like association or whatever, because they were like, when like the new hardback, which one was it? Was it Fairy Tale or was it Holly? I can't remember. I think it was Fairy Tale. There were like different colored end papers or something that you could get. There were like 4 different ones, and like these people from this Stephen King fan club would like come in and be like, oh, have you got them in this color? Have you got the different colors? Have you got that? Can I look? And like people, there was this one guy that wanted to look, because we only had like a couple of copies out on the shop floor at a time, right? And I guess they were like the same color or whatever. And like he was looking for a specific one, and he was like, oh, do you have more out in the back? And I was like, yeah. It's like, oh, and I got like a couple out. But then he literally said he wanted to see all of them. And I was like, there are like 30 copies back there. I am not doing that. I think I did in the end. I can't remember. I was just like, oh my God, these Stephen King people. Oh, yeah, they're a different breed. They really are a different breed. All that for just different end papers. And they weren't even that interesting. It was just like a generic pattern in 4 different colors. I don't really get what the hype was all about. I don't know. I really don't understand. So yeah, I'm not really interested in reading Stephen King. Not for that. That's not the reason why, just to clarify. My point was that I know Stephen King fans can be very dedicated. So I don't want to ruffle any feathers. Just, I don't know. Apparently the way he writes women is really weird. And I'm not keen when an author does that. There's a lot of fantasy authors that I don't want to read because of that as well. Anyway, we're going to go down this list and just see. I have heard of a few of these. I know Mexican Gothic. I know Bunny. I didn't know that was horror though. I thought that was just like regular fiction, like contemporary fiction, literary fiction, whatever. I can't remember the terminology, okay? I just read fantasy books. This one I know, Grady Hendrix, another author I've kind of heard mixed things about, especially in terms of like writing women. Oh, here's another one. He's written a few, and I've heard mixed things, but you know, maybe I'll try one someday. More How many Stephen King books are going to be on this list? Oh my God. Also, why is it specifically 78? That's a really weird, like, specific number. Surely you do either like 75 or 80. I don't know. What do I know? Our Wives Under the Sea. I really want to read this one because this one is sapphic, and it's also about like fucked up things underwater, and like, you know, it's like an expedition, and like this woman's wife comes back from like an underwater expedition, but is like kind of fucked up, and I'm really intrigued as to what that means. Also, I don't think this book is that long. Let's have a look. I have it on my Kindle, I think. Yeah, 228 pages. That's like nothing. Maybe I'll read that this month. We'll see. I have to start making notes. T. Kingfisher is an author I've heard about as well. I think Illumicrate recently did like some nice editions of some T. Kingfisher books. I don't know if this was one of them though. Two more Stephen King. Can we have some variety here, please? I've heard good things about A Certain Hunger. I want to talk about this actually, because this is what I was talking about earlier with like the US versus UK cover, right? Hi Matthew, hello. This cover, look at this. Can I make this bigger? Probably not. This is gorgeous, right? Like, obviously they've reused like a classic painting or whatever. This is the UK cover. That's so ugly. What I don't get is like how it's so different in vibes. That's the thing. Like, if that was just a design choice, I'd be like, okay, fair enough. But vibes wise, these give such different energies to me. That is, I swear that's like the 4th bot we've had today. Or like the 3rd bot. That's crazy. I've never had this many. I love Seri bot. I don't have to do anything. Anyway. Yeah, this book looks interesting. I think one of my old co-workers that I used to work with at the bookshop really liked that one. But also, like me, hated the UK cover. So I don't know. Let's see. I've heard of a few of these again. Oh, Night Bitch I've heard of. This is going to be a film, I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure a film of this is coming out with Amy Adams in it. I don't know a lot about it. I think she's got that dog in her. There's some kind of analogy with like women and dogs, and I don't know. It looks interesting. It's one I've heard about. I don't know. It does look pretty cool. I don't know if it's necessarily my thing. I don't know. How long is this one? I don't think this one's very long either. Yeah, 256. Oh yeah, one day the mother was a mother, but then one night she was quite suddenly something else. I think it's about like how being a mother is fucked up. And it's like, yeah, I know that. I know that. That's why I don't want children. It's like, no. Oh, it looks pretty interesting though. Maybe if it ever came up on 99p Kindle deal, maybe I would give it a read then, perhaps. Oh, Plain Bad Heroines. I really want to read this actually. I have a physical copy of this. I want to read this one. Oh, there we go. I want to read this one because when was it? Like a month or so ago. No, it was when I was still at the bookshop. It was a lot longer ago. I just had like a really big Yellow Jackets hyperfixation. It is still one of my favorite shows. I love Yellow Jackets to bits. And the first thing I was doing, I was like, I want to find books with similar vibes to Yellow Jackets. And the two main books that came up were a book called Wilder Girls by Rory Power, which I did read at the time and I really enjoyed. And the other one was this. A lot of the things I was looking at said that this had Yellow Jackets vibes. And I need to read this. This has reminded me. And I didn't know, I thought it was like thriller style. I didn't know it was like full on horror. I definitely have to read that. For sure. Absolutely. Maybe I'll read that this month. This one's longer though, I feel. Oh, whoops. I didn't mean to do that. Open a new tab, not new window. 640 pages. Oh my God. It better be good. If I can't speak. If anything is over 500 pages, it better justify it. More Stephen King. More. My issue with these books a lot of the time, especially more like with things leaning on the thriller side of things, a lot of them look very similar. Like this is just a book with a house on the front. This is a book with a house on the front. This is a book with a house on the front. This is a book with a house on the front. They really, a lot of them look very similar to each other. And it's, I don't know. It makes me think that it's just, I don't know. I just don't know how to feel. I don't know. Why do they all have houses on? You'll also notice that a lot more like crime leaning thriller books will use yellow text on their front covers. There'll be a lot of yellow text. Next time you go to a bookshop, go to like the crime thriller section and like look at how many books have yellow text on the front. Once you see it, you will never unsee it. It's always the yellow text. Always. House of Hunger, I've heard, is quite good. It's sapphic again. That's how I know about it. And it's got vampires in it. It's got vampires. I do like vampires. I don't like when real people are on the cover. I don't know how I feel about that. It's like, I don't know. I've seen worse though. Mother Thing I've heard of. I get this one mixed up with Night Bitch quite a lot. They're quite similar, I think. Again, about being a mother, being a wife. It sure is messed up. Yeah, it is. Crime thrillers are written in mustard. Yeah, it's more like, I mean, kind of, but it is more like highlighter yellow. It's very bright and you will notice it. I mean, they use a lot of neon colors in general, but yellow, definitely. I wonder if that is like a UK thing in particular. Maybe when I'm in New York and I go to Barnes & Noble, I'll have to have a look at the thriller section and see if that's a thing in the US as well. Because most of the covers that will be on this Goodreads list will be the US covers. They typically use the US covers by default. Also, hi Tet, welcome in. Let me hydrate again real quick. Oh, I nearly knocked my drink over. Oh, that would have been a disaster. We are talking about this Goodreads list of, I think it was just books that came out and the 78 most popular horror novels of the past 5 years. That was slacking apparently. Oh, it's because we did have one, Pixie, but my stream died. And again, my disconnect protection is not working. So, yeah, we did have one, but congrats regardless. So you can read them walking down the road at night. Yeah, exactly. Let's see. Oh yeah, more T. Kingfisher. The new one that they just wrote, I can't remember what it's called. It sounded quite interesting. Can't remember what it was called though. I feel I need to look now, otherwise it's gonna annoy me. Let's see. Oh, there's a lot of books here. What is it called? Oh yeah, Sorceress Comes to Call. It's like a more fantasy leaning one. Sounds interesting. Anyway, I don't need to go on that tangent for very long. Oh, this one looks very spooky with like the teacup, like that. See, neon color is not the same. It's not the same as what it is for the thriller books. If you go to like a UK bookshop, you will know exactly what I mean. It will not take long to figure it out. Again, I don't know if that's the case for the US or not. I'm gonna have to find out. I can find out very soon. It does look like a highlighter. You're so right. Yo, Han! Oh my god! Hang on. I need to I need to move on from the book talk real quick. Han, thank you so much. I love you. You guys should follow Han because they are a really great artist. And I actually did some of the emotes on this here channel. I need to like give people artist roles and all of that. So let me double check the emote. So the waving emote, the heart emote, and like the excited little shaky emote. Let's see, the one where it's small moog being smug and the lurk emote. Basically, the OG moog emotes were all done by Han. Very lovely person. We have not talked in a while. We should catch up. I hope you're doing well. And thank you for using your Prime on little old me. Yippee! Yes, thank you for doing the shout out. Yes. Absolutely cracked artist. For real, for real. I've known Han for a very long time. And yeah, you get the Moog seal of approval, I suppose. Yeah, I hope you're doing good. I hope you're doing good. Yeah, listen, I know we have much to catch up on, but I see your art posts every now and then and I'm like, damn, Han's cooking. As always. Hell yeah, I hope you're doing good. We're talking about books. Me read books. I'm so bad at getting back on topic. I actually am. But you know, it's fine. Eventually, I'm gonna get to the bottom of this list and I'm gonna be like, damn, There's still like loads of time. Yeah, oh, you just got a Kindle. I love a Kindle. I've talked about this before. I got a Kindle for the first time this year and I love it. I absolutely love it. We are currently looking at what Goodreads declares as the 78 most popular horror novels of the past 5 years, because I want to read more horror, because I like horror films and I like horror games, but I've never really read many books, like horror books. So we're trying to get some ideas here, especially because it's October. Yeah, I'm happy to throw some recommendations your way sometime. I mostly read fantasy, but I'm trying to branch out a bit more. Yippee! What do we got here? Where was I? I scrolled up a bit and now I've lost everything. Oh, that's a cool cover. I'm honestly, I'm just judging everything by the cover, even though these are all the US covers, so they're gonna look different over here. Yeah, so many have neon text. Oh my god. Anyway, I read Tender is the Flesh quite recently. Yeah, I read it like last month, I think. Yeah, I read that one very recently. Yeah, it's very thought-provoking, and I cannot lie, there are some parts where I'm just like, you know, I wasn't like feeling ill or anything, but there were just some parts I was reading, I'm like, oh my god, that's horrendous. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's all right. It was, I mean, it's quite short, so it's quite an easy one to get into. Very interesting. Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna, you know what? Tangent time. I want to look this up right now because, listen, I just like padding out the time. No, I'm just kidding. No worries. Have a good dinner. Have a good evening. I hope your dinner is delicious. Yeah. Thanks for stopping by again. I really appreciate that. Yippee! Oh, interesting. This looks very mysterious. If you do recommend books to me, like while I'm streaming, I will put you on blast. Like, I will look up these books and I'll be like, oh, this looks terrible. No, I'm just kidding. I'm joking. Yeah. Ooh. There's a series. It's like, there's a great Dead by Daylight streamer that I watch by the name of G-Burb, who does like marbles on stream, right? And whoever wins the race will get to request a song to put on. And like the kind of in joke is when she's kind of like not really liking it, she's like, is this the one you wanted? Are you sure this is the one? Are you sure this is the right one? It's all in good fun though. It's all in jest. It's very funny. Yeah, everyone gets their music taste put on blast. It's very funny. You said bone chilling and my brain read that as Bing chilling. Oh, the brain rot, help. Bing chilling. It's because we keep saying Bing chilling when we're playing Bloxy Bingo. And by the way, I will be playing Bloxy Bingo after this stream. As always. Also because, you know, book talk is normally a little shorter than the normal stream, which is quite nice. Yeah, more chill. Oh my god. Right. I recognize a lot of these authors' names. The only thing is though that in the bookshop that I used to work in, you know, good old Aqua Rocks, the horror section was kind of small, and like because it was small, like a third of it was taken up by Stephen King, because my god, that man has written so many books. They literally it's not an exaggeration to say that they take up like 3 shelves. There's so many. I'm like, how does he have the time? I know some of them are really old, but like, how? And he's still writing new ones. Yeah, I'm like, I just can't be bothered with it. You know what I mean? Listen. I know the Stephen King fans are in love with this man, and I get it. It's fine. I have people that I'm like that with too. Just leave me alone. I don't want to read it. I don't care for it. I don't care. This author intrigues me. Cassandra Core. I don't know if that's how you say that. Because look, these like UK covers are all like really fucked up looking and have like loads of teeth and whatever, right? I've heard mixed things about her books, but they look really intriguing. But it's mainly because can I find it on here? Can I find it on here? Here we go. She's writing the next Critical Role book, which is actually, yeah, that's coming up really soon. I really want to. I have only read one of the Critical Role books. It's the very first one, Kith and Kin, and I thought it was okay. I listened to the audiobook though. I really love the audiobooks for the Critical Role books because it has like the cast reading them and it's very cool. So I'm probably gonna listen to it instead of read it. But yeah, she's writing this one about Laudna, who I love, and it seems like it's gonna be spooky vibes. And I really hope it's good because I can't lie, I don't know. Like when I was reading Kith and Kin, I was like, I don't know. It just felt like a story that just didn't really need to happen. I'm like, okay. I just was like, what is the point in this? I don't really get it. Like the main thing I wanted to read it for was like the interactions between Vex and Vact, and they spend the majority of the book separated. It's like, oh, okay. But yeah, super excited for this. Especially because we don't have like much pre-campaign content for campaign 3, because like with campaign 1 we know everything about Vox Machina at this point. Like there's been so much Vox Machina stuff. Yeah, I love my gal Laudna and I'm really excited to read this one. And I hope it's good. And this is the first time one came out by like an author whose name I recognize as well. I'm just going on a tangent about Critical Role and I hope you don't mind. I've been a bit behind on it recently. I haven't really interacted with it in a while, but I am intrigued to read this one. So eventually, when I do, I think I pre-ordered it on Audible actually when I had some credits left before I cancelled. So hopefully, you know what? If I download it on time, I might be able to listen to it on the flight back. I'll go back to that. Anyway. There's a lot of books by the same authors on here. But less Stephen King the further down we get, which is nice. Oh yeah, Bird Box. This is Bird Box. That was the film with Sandra Bullock in it. Yeah, where they like can't look at stuff. I don't know. I don't know. Oh, I want to read this one. I'm gonna put a different cover on because that one is gross. Oh, that's funny. I was going to talk about the Illumicrate version and there's a picture of the cover on here. It's kind of washed out. I guess it's a scan. But I might do like a video, or I don't think it could be a whole episode, but I might do a video on like my book box subscriptions at some point. But I am an Illumicrate subscriber, right? And I also subscribe to their like quarterly horror box called Evernight. And this is the latest one that I've gotten from that, and this is the alternate cover for it. It is beautiful, and this one looks really cool. It's you know, women doing girly pop things, and by that I mean murders. Oh, I'm intrigued. I think it's translated fiction, or is it not? I don't know. It's by a Korean author though. I just don't know if it's translated or not. But yeah, this one looks really cool. So if it's on this list, then hopefully that means it's pretty good. And again, a short one. We like a short one. I've noticed actually that a lot of horror books are quite short. I don't know if there's a reason for that. Oh no, I'm at the bottom. Oh no. It's fine. We have plenty of things to yap about. Let's see what they're saying. Basically a Stephen King show-off list. Yeah. Oh, whatever. I don't want to read the comments. Horror books. Horror books. You know what? Let's pick some here. How many? Hang on. I haven't actually read any of these, have I? Let me see. I can't remember if I said if I read. I don't think I've read any. Let me check. Let me check. No, I have not. No. Okay, I'm gonna go through this again, and I'm gonna see how many of these books I own, because I definitely own a few of them, and then maybe I can try and say, right, I'm gonna read however many of these in October. Not all of them, but you know. Let's see. I have Our Wives Under the Sea. Do I? I don't think I have A Certain Hunger. I don't think I have that. I have Plain Bad Heroines. I have House of Hunger. I have it in hardback, I think. Those might be the only. Oh no, I have Eyes of the Best Part, don't I? This one looks so intriguing. I'm gonna come back to that at some point. Yeah, so I have 4 of them. One is on my Kindle and 3 are physical. And also, 3 of them are fairly short. So maybe I'm not gonna say I might try and put myself to the challenge of reading at least 2 of these in October. I mean, I can definitely read this one like when I'm away on my trip, because I have this one on Kindle, so that makes it a bit easier. And then we can see how many I do. I'm probably not gonna get all 4 read, let's be real, because I want to read Let's Split Up as well. So I'm gonna try and see how many of these I can read, and then maybe, you know, it's not an official reading challenge. I'm not gonna be like, I'm gonna challenge myself to read all of these. It's just a soft, I'm gonna try and read these throughout the month, and I don't know, it depends if we do another book talk episode in October or not. If I do, I guess I'll give you all progress on how it's going. Or if we don't do one until November, maybe we'll have a segment where I talk about however many I read. Let me see how far I get. Because yeah, I do want to broaden my horizons a little bit. And you know, we all know that this year I've been in my horror era. So I think it's a good way to start that, you know? Yeah. Maybe. So yeah, we've got Our Wives Under the Sea. We've got Plain Bad Heroines. We've got House of Hunger. And we've got Eyes of the Best Part. I'm really surprised that A Dowry of Blood isn't on this list. Did that come out sooner? Maybe. That's another like sapphic vampire thing. I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, The Darkly Seductive Tale of Dracula's First Bride. Ooh. Yeah, this is another one about women and vampires, which is quite a good combination, I'd say. Oh, I hate that because it was like independently published, right? And then it got traditionally published. This is the traditionally published cover. This is the original cover when it was like an indie book. Doesn't this look so much better? It's so sad because like copies of this book with this cover are so expensive now because they're like rare and like out of print. I just don't like real people on the covers of books, okay? I just don't like it. I only like it in very specific instances, and it's quite rare. Oh, I don't know, man. I really don't. I'm not a fan, I have to say. Oh dear. Oh dear. Where am I at with my reading challenge for the year? 50, 30 books. Yeah, I cannot lie. So I've probably talked about this already, but I was like, oh, I read like 25 books, whatever, last year. I'll do it to 30. And then I like hyperfixated on a bunch of manga and I hit 30 real quick because it includes like individual manga volumes. So I hit it quite fast, and then for the past few months I haven't read like anything. I don't know. Listen. I hyperfixated, and now we're here. I don't want to talk about the reading challenge again because that's quite repetitive. I think probably in the new year I'll do like a big special one on how far we got on the reading challenge and what we'll do for next year and all of that. Also, when I was talking about A Dark and Drowning Tide earlier, I liked it so much I put it on my little favourite shelf here on my Goodreads. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, I want to talk about special editions. Hang on. I want to talk about a really cool special edition. Let me go on this page. Okay. I'm trying to figure out a way to like get on this page without like showing a bunch of shit that I don't want to show. This is probably fine, right? Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Illumicrate again. I've had mixed feelings on Illumicrate lately, but this thing that I'm about to show you, big good move. If you don't know, where is it? Here, look, Iron Widow. One of my fave books. When I was getting back into reading again as an adult, when I started working at, you know, Aqua Rocks, this was the book, the first book where I was like, wow, I really love this. I get that it's not for everyone, and some people don't like it, and I get that. I would agree. I love this book so much. And there's been like no fancy special editions of it for ages. Like Illumicrate did one back when it came out, but it was back when like special editions were only just becoming a thing and it was like really basic, right? But they're doing, obviously like the second book is coming out soon, Heavenly Tyrant, which first of all, it's been delayed a bunch of times. So thank God it's finally coming out. So obviously, you know, the standard they do now for special editions is a lot higher. So they've got that, and then they are like revamping the Iron Widow special edition. I'm gonna keep my OG Illumicrate one anyway, because like, why not? Why not, honestly? These sprayed edges, phenomenal. Absolutely gorgeous. Gorgeous. There's going to be end paper art as well. I don't think the first edition they did had that. Yeah, I love it. I mean, again, there are criticisms for it, and I do understand that. But I just was in it for the vibes. I love it. Again, controversial female characters, flawed female characters. I love them. Also, again, I really like the romance in it, and I don't like romance. I don't like romance. Typically, I'm trying to give it more of a chance, but I'm not really a romance person. I really like the romance in Iron Widow. It's really unique, really interesting. It does a love triangle in a very unique way that, you know, people should have done before at this point, but yeah, it's quite rare. And then there's like the naked hardbacks. Look at these. Aren't they so pretty? Oh, I don't really display any of my special editions for like the naked hardbacks. Don't really look at them. But it's really cool. I am so happy that I am a Illumicrate subscriber, because I'm gonna get the early access sale. Yippee! Honestly, a lot of the Illumicrate stuff has like stayed available for a long time, so I've been like, is it really worth having the early access? I feel like this might actually sell quite fast, so I'm glad that I'm going to be able to hopefully get a pre-order in for this pretty quick. Unfortunately, I think it says January, February they're getting shipped. Yeah, when Heavenly Tyrant comes out in December. So I don't know what I'm going to do on that front. I may have to get the Kindle edition, but like, Kindle books are so expensive when they're not on the 99p thing. Like a hardback book will be the same price as the hardback on Kindle, and I'm like, huh? Why? I don't get it. I don't know. We'll see. I do really want to read it, but I am, to be fair, I think I am going to reread Iron Widow first, because I'm sure there are a lot of details that I won't remember because it did come out a while ago. I love this book, but I don't have a perfect memory. Yeah, unnecessary romance. Exactly. Like, there's a time and place for everything, you know? Yeah, especially when you're like reading something of a different genre and you're not like expecting it. Yeah, it's a difficult thing to balance and navigate for sure. Yeah, I cannot wait for Heavenly Tyrant. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Honestly, I was going to say, I keep saying like, I want to do a specific episode about this book or this book. But I'm like, listen, I love to yap. I don't think I could yap about one thing for 2 hours. I may have to do like videos instead and just do like short, maybe like mini little book talk extras that are like YouTube videos that are like half an hour long or so. Maybe, we'll see. I don't know. Hi Olivia, welcome in. Yippee! Oh my god. I'm a bit all over the place right now. This always happens eventually with book talk episodes. It gets to a point where I'm like, I yapped too fast. That's the thing. I plan a lot of stuff. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to talk about all these different things. But I always underestimate how quickly I yap. I think it's much better to prepare like way too many topics and end up like not using half of them than the opposite, which is where I seem to fall every time. That's okay. To be fair, we normally end up not following the plans anyway. We kind of end up just, you all chat and, we chat about different things and I see what you're all reading or what you all think. Then we bounce off each other. So to be fair, I have talked about the topics I specifically wanted to talk about. So now we can do a bit of that. Oh yeah, Daydream. Yeah. I've seen that everywhere, obviously, because, Hannah Grace's other books are very popular. I like Daydream's cover just because the female main character is wearing a Taylor Swift folklore cardigan. But the guy on it looks really weird. It's so weird because I actually quite like the art style of Hannah Grace's books, but for some reason the guy on the front of that book looks really weird and I can't place why. I've never read them because again, I'm not really a romance girly. Not in terms of like specifically looking for romance books. Like I've read books with romance in them, but they're not romance books. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. It's like the first thing I noticed because I'm insane. I was like, yeah. Listen, I'm not talking smack about Henry. All right. I just think his art looks a bit weird. I can't place it. I think something about his face looks off. I don't know. Let me get it up. Hang on. Also, Waterstones did an edition of it with like really pretty sprayed edges. I saw. Just pretty cool. I wonder if they have it on here. Sometimes they do. No, they don't. Can't make this any bigger, which really annoys me. Can't do it unless I like zoom in, I guess. Oh, there we go. That kind of works. I don't know. I think is his like neck thick? I don't know. To be fair, now that I've zoomed in, it doesn't look as weird as I remember it, but like, I don't know. Yeah, the Waterstones one's so pretty. Like, honestly, even I was tempted to pre-order it, and I don't even read romance. I just think it's really pretty, and I love the pink and purple, or like bluey purple color scheme. Yeah, I like it. The Works has one that's like a purple and pink gradient, and I mean, I know you can only do so much with paperback sprayed edges, but when it's just like, I almost prefer it being a solid color than it being a gradient, because the gradients look kind of ugly sometimes. I don't know how I feel. It's all right though. It's okay. It's all right. It's at least it's a color that matches the cover of the book. There are some paperbacks I've seen where the sprayed edge is like a completely different color to the book, and I'm like, why? I don't understand. Oh, interesting. Yeah, that's the thing. I really don't know how I feel about smut. Like, I don't know if it bothers me a lot or not. I'm not like, I don't seek it out, but like, I mean, when I listened to the audiobook of Fourth Wing, I did skip the like 2 smut scenes that there are. But I think when you listen to it in an audiobook form, it's a lot more uncomfortable, I feel. I think maybe reading it, like, reading the words as opposed to listening to it, it would probably be quite different. I don't know. I've never really seeked it out. I don't know. But I think it's just not something I really care for most of the time, I suppose. I don't know. I don't know how to feel. But, you know, I don't want to be misunderstood. You know, I don't judge people that do seek out that kind of thing and enjoy it. It's, I mean, I'll be real and say that, you know, I just don't really get it. I mean, I do get it, but it's just a completely different world to me, you know? I respect it. I respect it. I just like my fantasy books, okay? I like dragons and political intrigue. And I understand, you know, some books can have all of those things at the same time, I suppose, but yeah, everyone wants the spicy books. Yeah. Very popular these days. I mean, they've always been popular, I suppose, but I guess maybe it's more like a mainstream thing. Like romance novels in like the 70s or 80s or whatever were so different compared to ones now. I say like I was alive then, but like if you look up the covers and whatever, it's very different. Very interesting. They'll always have the ones with like a big buff shirtless man on the cover and all that kind of thing. They're a bit more subtle these days in terms of the covers. Not always, you know. There are some covers I always looked at back at my old job where I was like, oh, let's not have that one face out. Oh dear. You still get that a lot with manga. Yeah, I feel like I like a lot of the color schemes, the Hannah Grace books. Color schemes are cute. That's partially why I'm like interested in them, because the covers, like I don't normally like those like cartoony romance covers, but I quite like these ones. And the color palettes are just very satisfying. I'm like, oh, I want to eat that. Yeah, this one, I love the background of Wildfire. It's very pretty. Very pretty. Ugh. Very nice. Very nice. Yes. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, my library does ebooks and they do have, I don't know if they have Wildfire. They definitely have Icebreaker. I don't know if they have Wildfire or not. So maybe, you know, if I got an ebook and that's free and I don't have to worry about having a physical book, maybe I can give it a try, you know? I have nothing to lose after all. Yeah, maybe. Maybe, again, we do like an episode where I try and read romances and I'm just like, oh no. Nah, I want to give different genres a try. I do. I will be honest though, it scares me a little bit sometimes. Especially when I'm like, I don't know, like with like thrillers and crime and stuff, I at least have somewhat of an interest. Even if it's just like not really my thing. Romance just scares me because I know there's so many aspects of romantic fiction that I just know I won't like. But I'm sure there's got to be some that I would, you know? You can't just judge everything by like the overall vibes of the genre. You know, there's got to be some good ones out there. Or like, not necessarily good ones, but just ones that are my vibe, you know? That's why I keep trying to read like romantasy books. Because I'm like, I like fantasy. Surely there's going to be some here that I'll enjoy. And it's been a mixed bag so far. I think we've found one that I like. One that's kind of okay. And then ones that I thought were kind of mid. Oh, and Powerless, which I thought was kind of bad. I can't lie. I gave it a decent rating, but I'm like, I don't know. I don't know if it's actually that good. I don't know. I think I gave it just like a solid 3-star, but now I'm like, should I have given it 2.75? I don't know. You'd think such a tiny difference wouldn't really mean anything, and yet it does. Very serious rating system. Today's reminded me that I should go through all of my Goodreads things and add my like specific point scores to them all. So they like match my story graph, you know? Yeah. I really should do that. I really should. Oh, right, let me just do a little thingy real quick. Bear with everyone. Yeah, with. There's the thing I want to check. Let's see. Okay. There we go. I think what we might do, just because, listen, I want to make the book talk episodes longer because I hate streaming for under 2 hours. Listen, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with doing that, but I can't lie. For some reason, it just irks me. I can't explain it. Not in the sense that like, I would be like, can't believe someone's streaming for under 2 hours. But it's a personal preference for my own content. I'm like, I don't really like that. The book talk episodes are a bit shorter. Just because, listen, it is pure yap from me. And that is very difficult sometimes. But as I do more, I'll figure it out. I think maybe, whenever the next episode is, I can talk about my experience in New York and talk about the bookshops and comparing them and all that. Because I'm going to go to Barnes & Noble, obviously. I also want to go to Kinokuniya, which I've been to before because I went to New York many years ago. And I discovered Kinokuniya then, and like, oh my God, I was amazed. Because it's like, oh my God, it's such a good little bookshop. And like, we don't have, like, our anime and manga based shops here suck. Like they suck. They've gotten better over the years, but like, I don't know. Some of the ones in America are so good. They're like so similar to the stores in Japan. And it's like, oh, I'm really excited to go back to Kinokuniya. Yeah. What we're gonna do, so it's gonna be a shorter one. Just because yapping tires me out, I can't lie, it really does. But I have a pal that I really want to raid, and I'm just gonna double check that they're not like about to end. Let me have a little check. I do hope you guys don't mind it being shorter. It's like, I know some people don't come in until like a few hours in and they're like, oh, I missed everything. It's on the YouTube. It's on the YouTube, and it's actually in one part on YouTube because it doesn't just instantly chop it in half like it does on Twitch, even though Twitch claims to have disconnect protection. Yeah, I don't know when the next book talk's gonna be. It's probably gonna be, it's gonna be after my trip, obviously, because I only have one stream before my trip, which is tomorrow, doing Resident Evil 5, by the way. And I don't know, because I want to do collab episodes at some point as well, and obviously the collab episodes are probably going to be a bit longer. I'm going to do some proper planning, right? Because I just want to make sure, I want to make book talk really good, and I want to do more book related stuff. But what we're going to do now is we're going to do a little raid. There we go. We're going to do a little raid here. Let me get my raid messages up real fast before I tell you about who we're raiding. That is the one if you have subscriber emotes. This is the one if you do not. This obviously only applies to Twitch. Soz YouTube gang. We are going to raid my lovely friend Ghost, who is a VTuber. He has just started doing a charity month, which is something he does every October. Throughout the whole month, does like a bunch of different things trying to raise money for the Breast Cancer Foundation. So I want to go give him some love because he's doing a cool thing. I believe he's currently playing Pummel Party with some pals, so we're gonna go say hi. All right, we're gonna go say hello and we're gonna be nice. Yeah. We're gonna go say hi, we're gonna go be nice. And yeah, again, I hope you don't mind that it was a shorter episode tonight. It's just the way book talk is at the minute, but I will try my best to improve that in the future. But yeah, this is a very experimental little content series for me. So I'm still figuring it out, and I really appreciate everyone's patience while I do that. And I also appreciate, you being here while I do, this weird yapping stuff. Oh, but yeah, again, thank you very much. I'm gonna wrap this up by saying again, doing Resident Evil 5 tomorrow. And yeah, thank you very much for being here. I appreciate it very much. Please take care of yourselves, and I'll see you whenever I next see you. Big sweets, big love, big moog.